Mark chapter 7. And the Pharisees and some of the scribes, having come from Jerusalem, are led together to him. And some having perceived concerning his learning ones, that with common hands, this is the unwashed, they eat bread. For the Pharisees and all the Jews, if they do not wash their hands frequently, they do not eat, as holding the personally given teachings of the preceders. And coming from the market, so if they do not sprinkle themselves, they do not eat. And many other things there are which they have beside taken to hold, the baptizings of cups and cans and copper implements. And the Pharisees and scribes ask on him, Wherefore do your learning ones not walk according to the personally given teachings of the preceders, but eat bread with common hands? But he said to them, Ideally has Isaiah prophesied concerning you hypocrites, as it is written, This people with the lips it does value me, but their heart distantly from me has distance. But vainly do they honor me, teaching aim settings of human as teachings. As ones having left the inner aim of God, you hold the personally given teachings of human. And he said to them, As ideally doing, you repudiate the inner aim of God, so that you may guard your personally given teaching. For Moses says, Value your father and your mother. And the one saying badness regarding father or mother, let him come to an end in death. But you say, if a human says to the father or mother, Corban, that is, gift became, on account of whatsoever you have benefit, out from me, so you let him no more to do, yea, not one thing for the father or the mother, invalidating the word of God, due to your personally given teachings, which you have given personally, and many of such like things you do. And again, calling the throng, he said to them, Hear and understand. There is not one thing for the human as going into him from outside, which is able to make him common. But the things going out of the human, those are making the human common. And when they came away from the throng and came into the dwelling site, his learning ones asked on him regarding the parable. And he says to them, Thus also you, yea, you are non-understanding ones? Not yet do you think that all that going into from outside does not make the human common, since it does not go into his heart, but into the body cavity, and then cast out into the latrine, thus cleansing all the foods left behind. But he said, that going out of the human, those make the human common. For inly, yea, out of the heart of the human, go out the bad over considerations, whoredoms, thieveries, murders, adulteries, covetousness, evilness, fraud, wantonness, an evil eye, blasphemy, over-appearance, unmindedness together. All these evils go out from inly, and those make the human common. But having risen and gone away from there, he came into the border regions of Tyre and Sidon. And having come into a house, he wanted that not one know it, and he was not able to speak there. But a woman hearing the things concerning him, whose daughter had an unclean spirit, straightway coming in fell toward his feet. But the woman was a Hellenistic one, a Syrophoenician in the becoming line, and she asked of him so that he may drive out the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, Let the children be satiated first, for it is not ideal to take the children's bread and cast it to the little mongrels. But she answered and said to him, Yes, Lord, and yet the little mongrels farther down under the table eat from the crumbs of the playing ones. And he said to her, Because of this word, go away, the demon has come out of your daughter. And having come away into her dwelling site, she found the little maid as one having been cast on the place of reclination, and the demon having come out. And again, having come out of the borders of Tyre, he came through Sidon towards the sea, that of Galilee, up to the borders of Decapolis. And they bring to him a deaf mute and stammerizing one, and beside call him so that he may set the hands on him. And having taken him away from the throng for himself alone, he took the finger, laying them into his ears, and spitting on them he touched his tongue. And being capable of uplooking into the heaven, he sighed, and he says to him, Epitha, that is, be thoroughly opened. And his hearing channels were opened, and straightway the bond of his tongue was loosened. And he spoke correctly, and he charged them that they say it to not one. But as much as he charged them, they much more, yea, abundantly more, they heralded it. And they were turned out up abundantly, saying, He has made all things ideally. Also he makes that the deaf mute hear, and the speechless speak